Tom Albright with AVNation and InfoComm 2024 in the Sony booth with Mark Montebassio. How are you, sir?
I'm very good. You, Tim?
I'm good.
Good.
I'm good. You guys have got a lot of stuff going on in the booth this year. We're talking about a number of them. Right now, we're standing in front of a non-glare, deep black display, brand new from Sony. Talk about what the deep black means to folks.
Sure. Yeah, to my right is our new 98. It's a 98 BZ53L, but the key feature you already touched on is it's got a deep black non-glare panel, which means there's really no reflectivity. A lot of the panels out there, they reflect light, like the light here from the camera.
Yeah.
You will not see that in this display. We introduced this last year on our BZ40L line. That only went to 85 inch. This year we took the flagship 98 inch and we introduced the same technology. So this is wonderful in brighter environments, conference rooms that have a lot of windows, retail spaces that are by a window, things like that. You can really see the content that's on there rather than the reflection of yourself or a light or something.
So help me out here, because it feels like both the deep black and the non-glare work together for those applications.
They do.
Is there something where like deep black gets me what and then the non-glare gets me what?
Well, the non-glare, of course, is going to keep the reflectivity out, but the deep black is giving you the better contrast overall. So you get a higher contrast image and no reflectivity. So there's the only trade-off is it's a slightly less bright, but it's very insignificant. I think and we have other displays that don't have the deep black non-glare if that brightness matters.
Okay. You guys also your cameras have evolved to include more and more intelligence, right?
Yeah.
More and more artificial intelligence, AI.
Yeah.
Talk for a second about some of the evolution and the new software packages that are available in your cameras.
Sure. So last year we introduced the SRG cameras, the A40 and the A12, and they had built-in AI, as you say. So the main feature that they were able to do was auto-track a presenter. And we were doing that multi-way. So a lot of people just key on a face or an article of clothing. We use about 4 different ways to track the person, so skeletal, facial, and what that enables is that if all of a sudden something gets blocked for say your face, it's still keying in on the rest of your body, so it's staying with the presenter, and it's keeping it very smooth. This year at NAB, a couple months ago, we introduced the BRC AM7, which is a higher end camera in the same pan tilt zoom family. And it brings 2 things with it. One, it's a higher imager, a larger imager, so a higher quality and some smoother pan tilt zoom operations. But on the software side, it built on the SRG software that I talked about. And now we have a version 2 of that software that will be in both the series. And that allows you to have up to 8 presenters in the tracking. So if you and I were standing here and I backed up, it's going to keep the frame, or you. And as well as it also has a facial recognition now, where if you could basically program some people's faces into the UI, and you could give it priorities. So if you weren't in the frame but you were the most important person, as soon as you come in, it's going to track you because it knows that you're the number one.
So help me out here. If I'm an IT manager or facilities manager and I've got one of these Sony cameras. How am I using that? Am I using that in a video conferencing setting? Is this a corporate production setting? How am I using it?
Well, it could really be all. I'd say mostly probably collaboration with multi-presenters. So classroom, a professor, a couple of students up talking around the whiteboard was a big one. Certainly probably some lower end productions like council chambers or courtroom, something like that, where you have to kind of stay into smaller areas, that type of stuff. But with the BRC camera, because it's a higher end camera, it also matches a lot of our production cameras. So for an area where you can't get a manned camera in there, you can use the remote operations of that camera and match it and have some tracking capabilities as well.
All right, last thing here is you guys are showing off a number of partnerships for your displays. Folks like Corbett, AppSpace, places like that, 22 Miles. Why does that matter to an IT manager that you guys have so many partners that kind of integrate into your displays?
Well, it matters because we want the end user, of course, to have a variety of solutions. We're just a piece of the puzzle. We're the glass, but the CMS company is obviously just as important. And certain companies, or end users prefer different CMS companies. But what we're also, of course, seeing is the use of the displays as more than a display. With the system on chip that we have, we're able to load most of those CMS partners onto our display to give a one-box solution, so no external players. And then, as far as the ecosystem, we introduced a little over a year ago, I believe, our digital management platform, which is cloud-based, and we're working with the partners to basically pre-set up and load the displays through the cloud device. So if we got 100 Corbett displays out there, we could do the settings once in the cloud and push it out to all 100, including the Corbett settings and the Sony settings, all at once, taking the installation time down significantly.
And then how does that help on the maintenance side, on the monitoring side?
Yep.
For the users?
So then, of course, on the monitoring side, you're getting the analytics of what's there. You could see screens are down, screens are up. You could schedule them to go on or off, change inputs, take screenshots. If you need to prove that something was on, you could set it to take a screenshot at the top of the hour so that you could see the contents on there. So all these, obviously much easier ways to manage the devices and track the devices versus going around a facility or around the nation to take a bunch of pictures.
Very good. Mark, somebody wants to find out more about Sony. How do they do that?
Best place is the website, which is www.sony.com/professional.
Very good. Mark from Sony for us, for AVNation. Go by our website, AVNation.tv. That's AVNation.tv. Along as we bring you more videos from the show for InfoComm 2024. All that and more at AVNation.tv.